Good morning. I'm going to talk a little bit about my controller and software setup that I used for the KnobCon Performance Saturday. And then the MIDI control things too. So I have my laptop. I also used the Uno synth there on the first track. I had my Launchpad, which I was using as a keyboard controller and as a clip launcher. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And then I also had foot controller, expression pedal, which I was actually using the expression pedal to just hold the sustain. I just have it set for to map to sustain pedal. So when I wanted to hold a drone note, I would just push it all the way. And then when I want to release the drone, do that. A little easier than, holding down the sustain on this with your foot, having to be on it. Sometimes it's easier to just, grab the note, release the note. Although there's probably a lot better ways to use an expression pedal. I could set the switches to toggle on the foot switch, but I don't know. That's how I'm using it now. Okay, so what I was originally going to do, I'll talk about this first, is I was going to use the iPad to do all the clip launching. But trying to keep each piece to about 3 minutes, it was just getting a little cumbersome to kind of play and launch the different clips at the same time. So what I ended up doing is I recorded the performances from my iPad into Mixcraft so that I could use the clip launcher. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the clip launcher because it's a little interesting how Mixcraft works with this, with the Launchpad X. So there's a script for Launchpad X under Control Surfaces, because you have your list of all the options. And when you have Launchpad X selected, so you see the layout in the performance panel. These are the backing track kind of parts, and then these are just some effects things. If you look at the session on the controller, it's like the XY is kind of like mirrored or flipped or whatever. But the trick is, so you have to call up Launchpad X first to get the script to recognize the controller. But if you switch the type to Launchpad Mark II Pro, then the layout flips and then it matches the grid on the screen. So the sounds that I was using were, I had these effect sounds, birds, water, and seashore. And then I also had each organized piece had kind of a backing track, which was, for the first three, it was really just like me recording a performance of how I wanted the backing parts to work using Loopy Pro on my iPad. And then that way it was a single track that I could just run with the clip launcher. Oh, I gotta switch this though. Clipping a little bit there. And the second piece. Third piece. Fourth piece. And in between the pieces, I basically would do the patch changes. The last one took quite a little bit of time to load. So I'm in a set list in Cantabile Live Host. This one's just like an effects patch that adds the reverb crush station, which is on a switch. Oh, middle one, right? Yeah. So I'm toggling it with the foot switch if I want the crush station on or off. And that works really nice when you're playing, so you can be playing without the kind of particle distortion kind of sound, and then you hit that, and then there you go. I used to have Dr. Drive on here, but I actually used the Crush Station this weekend because I kind of like that sometimes. And then, you know, I would just click on each patch to load the next one. There it is.